But if you break one of his rules, he's going to burn you in hell forever.
Way of Will John.
God loves us unconditionally with a love that can't be described, but if you break one of his rules, he's going to burn you in hell forever. That's what religion taught us, right? I mean, that was one of the big shockers that, oh, wait a minute, that's not true. You mean no matter what I do down here, I'm loved and I'm going to go home? Yes. You know, we don't punish you. The mind of God is not the mind of a human being. It is pure light, love, and compassion. It does not have anger or judgment or even expectation. It only loves. And so people do have negative experiences. And I don't really believe in the terms heaven and hell the way our worldwide culture understands those terms. In my opinion, there are only countless realms of various vibrations and densities. And of course, we would call the more pleasant ones heaven and the lower vibrational, higher density realms hell. But it's not a judgment, it's not a sentence. So in the afterlife, thoughts are things, as they are here, but it's a slow process. You know, if you think something enough, you tend to manifest it here. But it's a slow, long, drawn-out process, and much of the time it requires physical action. You know, if I want to drink this water, I can't just imagine it. I first have to imagine it, and then it requires physical action. Well, in the afterlife, it's instantaneous. So, you know, you imagine an apple in your hand, and an apple appears, and you can eat it. And so whatever you can imagine or think gets created. So some people who die, who are in a negative or fearful state, they will be in these dark voids, and they set up these sort of empty spaces, like a construct called a quantum field. And then whatever your consciousness can imagine or create comes to be. So these people literally, or collectively, if they're with other souls, like-minded souls, will create a sort of hellish environment. It's not a sentence. They're not stuck there. They can leave there when they want. There is a spiritual benefit to experiencing a partial or complete separation from God or Source. And it's going to feel hellish, but there's a point to it. And if there wasn't a benefit to that partial or complete separation, which feels very fearful and very hellish, it wouldn't exist in the perfect plan of creation. So most of the testimonies, about 95, maybe 97%, were positive, about 3% were hellish, and there were quite a few where the experience was hellish. You know, a person died, they're in this darkness, they don't know what's going on, they're scared, they start freaking out, and it becomes very negative, the worst experience of their life. And then they finally give up, and they say, well, I must be dead, there's nothing I can do about it. And as soon as they calm down and relax, the experience becomes heavenly. And then sometimes they'll go towards the light and connect and all that. So I hope that clears it up a little bit.